Hello, friend. Myself, Sanjeev Divedi, and on behalf of Vidyalankar Institute of Technology, I welcome you all in this Java session. In this session, we are going to talk about access specifiers in Java. We'll be also talking about some basic concepts of arrays and string. Now, access specifiers basically specify what? It specifies the reach, it specifies the scope, it specifies the region to what extent the members or the methods or the class itself is visible. Now, these are the access specifiers that we have in Java. We have public, protected, friendly, private, protected, and private. And these are the regions where I'm seeking the access within the same class, within the subclass of same package, within non-subclass of same package, within subclass of other package, and non-subclass of other package. So if there is class A and I declare a member as public in class A, then it will be accessible in class A. It will be accessible in subclass of class A of the same package, non-subclass of class A of the same package, subclass of class A in other package, non-subclass of class A in other package. So basically accessible everywhere. So if you declare a member as public, it is accessible everywhere. Now, what happens with protected is it is public within the package. So it is accessible in the same class. It is accessible in subclass of same package. It is accessible in non-subclass of same package. But when it comes to accessing it outside the package, it is only accessible in subclass. So a protected member is only accessible in subclass outside the package. Within the package, it is accessible everywhere. Friendly, if you do not specify any access specifier, then again it is public within the package. So it is accessible within the same class, it is accessible within the subclass of the same package, non-subclass of the same package, but it is not accessible outside the package. So default is not accessible outside the package. Now there is something called as private protected, which is actually in theory. You do not declare it, it is conceptual. So if it is a private protected, it is accessible in the same class and only in subclass. Check. It is only in subclass of the same package and subclass of the other package. Means a private protected cannot be accessed by non-subclass, be it same package or be it other package. And the last is private. If a member is declared as private, it will only be accessible within the class and cannot be accessed outside the class, be it subclass or non-subclass of same package or subclass or non-subclass of other package. So this is about access specifiers that we have in Java. Now let us talk about some array. Now, what is special about array here? This is how we create an array here. Now, one thing is for sure, the memory is allotted at runtime. Even in C also, you could have a lot memory to array at runtime using calloc and malloc. Correct. In C++, you could have done so using new operator. In Java, we create array something like this: data type, array name, rectangular bracket pair equals to new type and size. I could have written something like this also. In this rectangular bracket could have been specified prior to the array name. A equals to new int and the size. They both means the same. Now it is static in nature. Now static in nature means once the array of size n is created, then it cannot grow and shrink. Suppose I first read the value of n from user and I created array. So it's like I've read value of n from user and I said something like this: int a equals to new int n. Now, even though the value of n is received at runtime, but the array is created static in nature. So now now if all of a sudden, suppose n is 10, all of a sudden you want now n should be 5. Now you cannot do that. Now all of a sudden the same array you want to increase the size, you cannot do that. So array is static in nature; it cannot grow and shrink dynamically. Now this is one disadvantage of array. Another point with array is it can store elements of same type. However, if you create an array of class object, if you create an array of class object obj, then here it can store objects of all classes, because every class in Java is subclass of class, object implicitly. So if basically you want to store objects of other, like if we create an array of class A, can store object of class A or subclass of class A. So if you create an array of object of class A, it can store the objects of class A and object of subclass of class A. But if you want to store objects of heterogeneous class together, one way is you can create array of object class. But again, it comes with that baggage, it is static in nature. If you once create an array of object of size n, you cannot grow and shrink dynamically. So one thing you should remember is array is created at runtime and it is static in nature. It cannot grow and shrink dynamically. It can only it can hold primitive data types and object type. ठीक है? Be it object or primitive data type, they must be of the same type. Means if it is array of integer, every element will be integer. If it is array of float, every element will be float. If it is an array of object of class A, then every object will be either of class A or its subclass. An array will not provide me any special method as such here. So this is about just brief concept of array. Remember, memory is assigned at runtime. Now, string is very special in Java. It is very, very special. Now, why I'm saying so? Because in C, C++, whenever we created a string, we actually created an array of integer. Now, what happens in Java is every time you create string, it basically creates an object of class java dot lang dot string as capital. It means string is a class in the package lang, which belongs to package Java. And lang package is default imported in every Java program. Lang package is default imported in every Java program. That system class, string class, they all belongs to lang package. So just remember this. Now, every string is an object of class java.lang.string. Strings are immutable object. Now, this is very important Viva question. What do you mean by immutable object? Now, suppose I write something like this. String s1 equals to hello. Now, what it does, it in a memory, it assigns a memory s1 and initializes it with hello. So if I say SOP system.out.print s1, it will print me hello here. Now I suppose write like this, s1 plus hi, and this will be assigned to s1. Interesting. So s1 plus hi, it will actually create a new memory. S1 value is hello, so it will be hello, appended with hi, and this will be referred by S1. So S1, which was earlier referring to this, hello now refers to hello hi. So now if I write SOP S1, student might think कि S1 is upgraded to hello hi, but it is wrong because once a memory is assigned to a string object, that memory cannot be changed. So if this memory is allotted to a string, okay, and referred by S1, if I intend to make any changes, those changes will be stored at new memory places. Those changes will be stored at new memory places. So if I try to append hi to it, it is a new memory that is created. And if I want to keep the reference same, then this S1 will refer to this memory. So even though here SOP S1 will give hello, here SOP S1 will give you hello hi, but basically they are referring to two different memory. So once a memory is assigned to a string object, it cannot change. And any change that we desire or we attempt to make, it will be stored at a new memory location. Hence we say it is a immutable object. Whenever a change to a string is made, an entirely new string is created. So this is special about string in Java. Now Java comes with a lot of method. We'll just have a brief run on this method. Char at will return you character at a particular position in string. If I say hello, it will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I say hello, HELLO, it is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if I say char at 2, it will return L. Now compare to will compare two strings and will return the difference. Tostring lexicographically means it will return the difference comparing by character, similar to that of strcmp of C++. Now, so it is actually not used to compare two string are same or not. We use compare to identify the difference between two string to determine which is greater and which is smaller. Now, this is case sensitive. Compare to is case sensitive. So for it, capital I and small I are different. But if I compare it using compare to ignore case, then it will ignore the cases and will treat uppercase I and lowercase I as same. Now concat will concatenate two string contains. Now contain. Now suppose if I say there is hello and this is S1, and if I say S1 dot contains O, so whether character O is present in S1 or not, it will return true because it is present. If I say S1 dot contains Z, Z is not present in string S1, so it will return false. Equals basically compare two strings for equality. Now it is different from compare to. In compare to, it returns difference. So if the difference returned is zero, then we can conclude that two strings are equal. Now, so basically it is used to determine which one is greater, which one is smaller, specifically in sorting. Now, equals is used to compare two string, but two strings are equal or not, but it is case sensitive. And if you want this comparison to be insensitive, we'll make use of equals ignore case. Now, the next method is index of. Now, what is index of? Now, suppose we have string S1 as hello, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I say S1 dot index of L, now it gives the occurrence of, first occurrence of character. So in hello, L occurs first time at position number 2. So it will give me 2. This is how it is. So it will give me returns position of the first occurrence. And if that character is not present, suppose if I say S1 dot index of Z, it will return me -1. So if that character is not present, it will return me -1. The next is empty. If my string is empty, string S1 and doesn't contain any character, so it returns is empty will return true, else will return false. Last index similar to index. I mean, in index it returns occurrence of first, first occurrence position. In last index of it returns position of last occurrence of that character. So if we have hello hello 1, okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. First index of will return 2, last index of will return 3. Length will return the length of the string. It is a function here. So length of hello will be 5. So these, I mean, string being an object of class string, it comes with a lot of methods. These are only few. There are many more methods, and you can refer the Herbert shell for all the methods said, or you can simply Google it. Now there is interesting concept here. We are going to talk about string and string buffer. Now, what is the difference here? The difference here is this. If I write string S1 is hello, and if I write S1 is S1 plus hi, as we have discussed, this hello will be separate memory and hello hi will be separate memory. So first there will be memory created hello referred by S1, then a new memory created hello hi again referred by S1. So S1 will no longer refer to this memory. So strings are immutable. If at any you attempt to make any changes, a new string altogether will be created. And if you don't change the reference, now suppose if it is S1 and here I write string S2, then S1 will keep referring to this and this will be referred by S2. So if I change the reference, then we will lose that original string because now it will be a memory with no reference. Now we say strings are immutable, but suppose we desire to create mutable string. Now what is that? Now if I want the changes to happen at that memory only, then we will make use of string buffer class. So if we create object of string buffer something like this, string buffer sb equals to hello. So what we will have a memory initialized with hello and will be referred by SB. Now, if I say SB is SB plus hi, then this hello hi, this new changes will be made at this memory itself. So this is how it goes. So the changes will take place at that memory itself. So we can refer this: strings are immutable, string buffers are mutable. It is slow and consume more memory because every time you make changes, a new memory is created, and it is fast and consumes less memory. And it override equals method doesn't override equals method, but strings cannot be used in two threads directly, because if a thread attempts to make changes, a new string was altogether created. But string buffer can be made if used by two threads parallelly, because the threads will make changes at the same memory. We will refer to threads in multi-threading. And in here, it continually needs memory. For string, in string buffer heap is used. Performance is better in string, whereas in string buffer it is not better, even though the overall the consumption of memory is less. So what basically you should remember about string, difference between string and string buffer is: string memory are immutable. So attempt to make changes, new memory is created. In string buffer, memory are mutable, so it consumes less memory, and any changes will be reflected at that position itself. So this is about string and string buffer here. For detailed study, you may refer Hubbard Schill, complete reference. Thank you.